Today we're going to talk about distributors and old-fashioned vehicles and the one computer chip that's in an old school car. Now all you need to make an engine run is a spark, and the distributor does that by distributing the power to the spark plugs through these posts. As the engine rotates, the camshaft drives this gear, making the whole thing spin. This rotor spins and it bang, 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 bang. It makes contact with those as it rotates. It gets its power through the center, and the center has this coil, and all the coil does is convert 12-volt power to high voltage, like 20,000 volts or something. These posts, one of them goes to your tachometer, one of them goes to power 12 volt, and then these three go inside the distributor to this chip. Really all it does is the chip sits right there. It's got these two wires going into the core here. There's a little magnetic pickup. As it rotates, those little tips fly past there and create a little pulse to trigger it. The chip converts that into a spark. But if there's an EMP or some kind of nuclear fallout or anything, that's the one computer chip that is going to get fried. And you'd go to try and start the car and it would crank and crank and crank, but it would never make sparks. And if you keep a couple of these in your gun safe or inside an ammo can or something to keep it shielded, these will be gold in the apocalypse. Because there's going to be dead cars everywhere that won't start. And if you have one of these, you can pop it in there, put this distributor back together, and it'll start right up. Tanko tip for the day. Prime example of where one of those distributor systems and computer chips would be found is in an old truck like this. Any GM vehicle really from the 80s or before. Just pop the hood, I'll show you what it looks like. Like, imagine it's the fallout. We just had nuclear winter. Try to get this old shit running. Oh, it looks like a V8 engine, 350. Yeah, it's way back there, see? That's a distributor. And those spark plug wires are going to the spark plugs. And it's all timed and everything's good and it's got fuel. The battery's charged. It'll start right up. But no, we had an EMP bomb go off last night, so that chip's fried. It's just cranking and cranking, and if I was less experienced, I'd take that off and start spraying starting fluid in there, and maybe it'll start, and then it still doesn't start. And then I run the battery dead because I tried too many times. And then I'm walking. But no, I know better, so I take the distributor apart, and I go and change out that little chip, and I put it all back together and it starts right up. So we're the only wastelander with a vehicle right now. The noise is probably going to attract raiders. They're going to start shooting at us, so we better get moving. Once people hear engine, they're going to be like, oh my god, that guy has a truck, shoot him, take the truck. Yeah, I don't know. I need somebody in the back with a machine gun, and then we're going to go on a little wasteland mission to get supplies. God, I hope it doesn't come to that. Buy land, live off the grid, don't watch the news, and keep spare GM HEI modules in your gun safe so you can get old vehicles running when no one else can. Speaking of old vehicles, let's pull up. Look at that old vehicle. That's a 1962 Army truck. That thing hasn't ran since NAM. No, actually, I ran it about a week ago. I'll make a video on that one next. We're gonna enjoy this slushy fuckfest of winter. I don't know. What are we learning today?
I absolutely love this bike. This is so much fun.
So I made this helmet for the Renaissance Festival. One year I went as like the biker, metal warlord, apocalyptic, raider king. My biker jacket and blood splatter, and it was very Mad Max, but yeah, this was the helmet I wore. Motherfucker's heavy, but at least it's got this nice little gear sprocket mohawk thing to grab it from. I just set it on top of the vise there. It looks cool. It's a good costume, but if there ever was some kind of wasteland apocalypse, I guess that would be my uniform. That's how you'd tell who's the king of Tanko. That's the metal chief hat. Yeah.